Hey, welcome again to today's tutorial. So on today's tutorial, we're going to be doing the pencil gown, the off-shoulder pencil gown I saw at the front of this video. So the first thing I'm doing is to take my half length for my gown. So the half length of this gown, that's from my shoulder to my waistline, is 16. So I'm just marking it down, adding my seam allowance for it at the bottom. So what I'm going to be doing now is put my measurement point. My bust point is 9 inches, which I'm going to be marking now, and my under bust is 12 inches, and of course my waist. So I'm just going to outline this marks with a ruler and chalk. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to draft out my princess posture. So what I'm doing to get my princess dart is I mark my shoulder, half of my shoulder, that's 7.5, then half of that's my shoulder into 4 again, that's 3.5, and then added 2 inch to it, that's half of my shoulder, then my shoulder into 4, and then 2 inches. So now I'm putting my dot line. So for this measurement, my dot line is 4, that's 3.5, then I added half-inch allowance for seam, as you can see. I hope you understand. And the next thing I'm just going to be doing here is to mark out my princess dart. So I jump the shoulder and I go to half of the shoulder, that's the shoulder into 4, and then the 2-inch allowance that I added to it. So I mark from there, as you can see. Then I step down by 1 inch. The next thing I'm going to be doing is half-inch on both sides. Then I'll mark that down. And then I connect, as you can see. So I'm not adding a cup to this very gown. I'm not adding a cup to this very gown. So what you're going to be seeing here is just a normal princess dart. But the reason why I cut it like I'm adding a cup is because I want it to hold at the bottom of her under bust. So the next thing I'm marking here is where I want my off shoulder to start from. This method is actually consuming fabric, but this is how best I operate it. So that's where my off shoulder is coming off from. So the next thing I'm going to be doing here now is curve it very well. So now I'm putting my measurement point. So I'm cutting first of all, then I'll duplicate this at the back before I drop to my measurement point. So I'm going to be folding 1 inch allowance for zip. So after doing this, what I'm going to be doing now is to put in my measurement point. So the bust is 34. 34 into 4 is 8.5, and then I'm adding 2 to 3 inches seam allowance. So for the under bust is 30 inches. So I'm marking 7.5, that's 30 inches into 4, 7.5. Then I'm adding the 1 inch allowance for the dot, and then adding my 2 to 3 inch allowance as well. Now mark that down. Then I'll be trimming. That's where I'm cutting off. So the method I use is I don't put in my armhole yet until I'm done sewing the dots. And there I'm minusing ½ inch from the back of my zip, for the back of my zip, for zip effect, as you can see. And then I'm trimming it off. So what I do first is I trim both the back and the front together, cutting the middle, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to pick the up and trim off from that line I just marked there, as you can see. This is to enable us have a very good underbust effect. Do the same for the other side. So that is it. What we're going to do next, take it to the sewing machine and join everything together. Then we use it to cut for the skirt part of the gown. So make sure you cross check your measurement and everything before sewing, so you know that it's accurate and well done. So you also know that you have not made any mistake or something. And remember to mark the wrong side of the fabric, so you know the wrong side from the right side. So what I'm doing now is currently is that I'm trying to fold the fabric for the front side of the for this skirt side of the gown. Just arranging my fabric together, making sure that it's enough. So here I have already joined the dots together, and I have cut that off shoulder. I measured out of it in the initial time. And I also have cut out my armhole as well for the front and back. So, and I've made sure that it's accurate. And this is the skirt pattern that I've done. And here I'm trying to zip, and in case you don't understand how I drafted a skirt, go to my videos, my other videos on YouTube. You'll see where I drew a pattern for skirt, like a basic skirt. It's just the same thing as what you see there. It's like the pattern of a basic skirt. So go through my videos and you see how I did that. So here I'm neatly trying to iron everything. Make sure as you're sewing you're ironing, because ironing makes your work very neat and it gives you the very nice sharp effect. Like even if your dress is not fine, with your ironing it makes it really really nice and all that. So I'm just going to give this a very nice press. Okay, I have joined the lining for the up and down together, and also joined the fabric together for the pencil gown. Like I've joined everything together here, as you can see. So I'm just giving it a nice press. So this is the after effect of pressing. Like everything is well pressed and looking all pink and nice. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go fix the zip and join my clothes together. So here I have joined everything and fixed the zip as well. Look how neat and nice it is. So you just iron the zip down so it doesn't stand. Then there's a slit at the back of the gown, so you just press that down as well. So I'm ironing the sides to bring out the shape of the gown, as you can see. Make sure to iron it so neatly. Sorry for the noise of the background. I think they're doing some carpentry work at the other side of the compound, so I'm so sorry. Making sure that all the sides are well ironed. Then I'm making sure I'm ironing all the darts down, as you can see. Making sure that the zip also have a very nice press down as well. And here, after ironing, we're trying to get the sleeve of this dress. So I'm using a mesh. Then I'm going to be gumming some appliques to it. So what I just do is I place the armhole of the dress to the arm where I want the armhole to be on the net mesh. People call it soft nets, some call it mesh, or you can call it tulle as well. and giving it some allowance at the side, and also for the up to fold and gather. I just trim it off, then take off my fabric and measure the length I want it to be. So I'm just checking how the style is exactly so that at least I know what I'm cutting out. So after that, I just trim off. That is it. The next thing I'm just going to be doing here is to mark out the down layer of the sleeve, because there's a very nice lace effect at the down of the sleeve. So that's what I'm going to mark out here. Make sure you measure your sleeves before you do this so you get an accurate and nice measurement. So I'm checking how the sleeve looks like again, as you can see. So us to get a very nice measurement, your back out. So that is it. So this is how the finish of the sleeve looks like. I've gathered it and I've added mesh to it as well. And the next thing I was going to do is to just join it to my